Claude Fable 5, it simply disappeared overnight.
Total radio silence. People were literally ready to deploy it. By the next morning, that access was entirely gone.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are looking at the Local AI Sovereignty Guide. Because when the AI grid inevitably goes down...
And it definitely will go down at some point.
Right. The people who actually thrive won't be complaining online. They will be the ones who have a generator running quietly in their garage. So let's figure out how to build yours.
I really love that generator analogy. Rented AI access is incredibly fragile today. It can vanish for so many different reasons. It could be a sudden government regulatory decision.
Or just a subtle internal policy change.
Exactly. Or they just rewrite their pricing structures overnight. You might violate a term you never even noticed. You pay for the API access, you build entire corporate workflows around it, but you simply do not own it.
It really exposes the illusion of digital ownership. Beat. We kind of think we control our modern digital workflows, but we are just borrowing space on remote servers. We are incredibly vulnerable to their whims.
Local AI models operate completely differently. They run directly on your own personal computer. You literally download the model once and open it. It requires absolutely no internet connection.
Not at all.
None. It needs no developer API keys either.
And no ongoing per-token usage costs, right?
Yeah, exactly. After you download it, it is essentially free. You only pay for the electricity powering your machine.
Let's unpack the core benefits of going local, beyond just surviving a massive server outage.
The absolute biggest draw is total data privacy. Your sensitive data stays safely with you. This is vital for private notes and financial files. If you are a lawyer parsing sensitive discovery documents...
You definitely cannot use the cloud for that.
Right. You cannot legally paste client data into a random web API.
Your compliance department would absolutely lose their minds.
They really would. Same goes for medical records and personal finance. Second, big benefit is the cost efficiency. You stop paying every single time you ask for a summary.
That definitely ends up quickly.
It does. And third is unwavering, absolute reliability. A giant tech company can change their rules tomorrow. Your local internet provider can randomly go offline. But the model running right on your desktop is still there.
Pete, I have to push back here, though. If we're being totally honest, local models aren't as smart as frontier cloud models.
Right.
Unless you spend $20,000 on a dedicated AI workstation.
The hardware ceiling is definitely real.
So if I'm running a smaller model on a standard laptop, isn't that a massive step backward for my productivity? I mean, I am trading sheer genius for privacy.
I completely understand why you might think that. But look at your actual daily workflows. Most daily tasks simply do not need absolute genius. They don't require the smartest reasoning model available anywhere on Earth.
You just need to be private and available.
Exactly. Laptop-sized models are certainly good enough for daily grinding. They can rewrite messy meeting notes beautifully. They can summarize dense, boring corporate documents. They can draft standard daily emails for you. They can even handle simple, repetitive coding tasks.
So what is the fundamental shift in mindset required here?
Realizing that good enough, private, and free beats brilliant but fragile.
Right. Reliability beats sheer computing power every time.
Absolutely.
So if sheer computing power isn't our primary goal today, how do we actually get this resilient engine running? Especially for someone without an advanced computer science degree.
Well, building the local stack takes 5 distinct steps. And honestly, most people fail right at the starting line. They start by searching for the best language model online.
Which is the exact wrong first move.
Exactly. You don't buy the gas before you have the car. Step 1 is downloading a proper runtime environment. You need the specific application that actually runs these local models.
Sure.
There are 2 incredibly easy options available today.
Let's break those 2 options down.
Sure. Llama is the absolute best choice for experienced developers. You run the local models directly from your command line interface. It is extremely fast, lean, and highly efficient.
But maybe a bit intimidating for a standard project manager.
Yeah, for sure. So LM Studio is best for absolute beginners. It provides a really clean visual interface. It actually has a built-in model browser right there, and it has familiar chat buttons you can easily click.
So once we have the runtime app installed, we move to the hardware.
Yes. Step 2 involves matching the AI model size to your specific machine. You will see letters like B on these local models, like 8B or 12B.
Which stands for billions of underlying parameters.
Exactly. But you have to really think about the latency implications on your RAM. Bigger models are usually much smarter across the board, but they demand significantly more video memory to run smoothly.
Right.
The real skill is choosing what your specific machine can actually handle.
What's the baseline rule of thumb here?
So 4B models run on almost anything available today. They run smoothly on standard 8GB laptops. 12B is the perfect sweet spot for 16GB RAM setup.
And if you want to go quite a bit bigger?
Well, 27B to 35B models require much stronger hardware. You really need a robust Mac or a dedicated PC GPU. Anything over 70B requires serious enterprise-grade hardware.
Think of a fully maxed out Mac Studio.
Exactly. Don't just eagerly download the biggest model available online. A fast, smaller model is always better than a freezing giant.
2-sec silence. Whoa. Pete, imagine running billions of parameters entirely on a laptop.
It is a truly incredible feat of modern engineering. We kind of take it for granted right now, but step 3 is actually picking that right local model.
And the landscape is constantly shifting, isn't it?
Oh, four dominant families.
Okay, what is the first one?
Qwen 3, or Qwen 3.6, is the best all-around option right now. It is incredibly strong at general tasks and basic coding.
What about complex reasoning problems?
For that, DeepSeek is absolutely fantastic. It handles hard reasoning and complex coding problems beautifully, but waiting 10 to 30 seconds for an answer is completely normal.
Why does DeepSeek take 30 seconds to answer?
Because unlike standard models that basically just predict the next likely word, DeepSeek actually writes out a hidden scratch pad of logic first.
Oh, it maps out the steps internally.
Right. It literally thinks through the problem before generating the final output for you. Then you have Gemma. That is Google's incredibly capable, lightweight model family.
Right, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it writes cleanly and works flawlessly on normal consumer machines. And finally, Llama is Meta's deeply popular open model family. It has a massive developer community and endless helpful tutorials online.
Okay, so we have picked our model. The step 4 mentions a concept called quantization. What does that mean in plain English?
Shrinking a heavy model to fit on weaker hardware.
How exactly does that compression work?
Well, think of a raw AI model as incredibly mathematically heavy. It stores its neural weights in very high precision formats, usually as massive 16-bit floating point numbers.
Which naturally demands huge amounts of precious video memory.
Exactly. Most normal consumer laptops simply choke on that heavy load. Quantization compresses those specific weights down significantly. It intentionally drops the complex mathematical precision, usually taking it from 16-bit down to 4-bit or 8-bit formats.
So you are essentially rounding the complex numbers off.
Yeah, basically. You are sacrificing a tiny bit of mathematical nuance. But the impact on the model's actual functional brain is surprisingly minimal.
It still grasps the core logic perfectly fine.
Right. It might lose some hyper-specific factual trivia along the way, but its core ability to reason remains largely intact, and suddenly, a massive server-grade model fits perfectly in standard laptop RAM.
That is a massive breakthrough.
It changes absolutely everything. You will see helpful file labels like Q4 or Q5. These tell you exactly how compressed the local model actually is.
Got it.
Q4 is a phenomenal beginner starting point today. It cuts the demanding memory needs quite drastically. But the text output quality remains completely good enough for daily workflows.
And finally, step 5 is connecting to an agent.
Yeah, running a model in a basic chat box is useful, but connecting it to an agent changes the paradigm completely. You should look into an agent framework like Hermes. You basically wire it up directly to your local model.
And it just hums along quietly in the background.
Exactly. It works through complex multi-step tasks independently. It can actively write and safely save local files for you. It runs continuously while your computer does the heavy lifting.
Let's boil this all down. If someone is totally non-technical, what is the exact starting combo?
Just download LM Studio, search for Qwen 3, and hit run.
Got it. LM Studio plus Qwen 3 equals easy start. The model is properly installed and running smoothly now, but having the engine is different from knowing how to drive it. How do we stop the model from giving weak, confused answers? We are going to take a quick break right here.
A sponsor.
And we are back to the deep dives. We have our local AI stack officially built. Now let's talk about mastering the daily habits to actually use it.
This is exactly where most eager beginners get extremely frustrated. They install a local model and basically expect it to act exactly like Claude.
Right.
They throw a massive, complex prompt right at it. Then the local model slows down to an absolute crawl. It gives weaker answers or completely loses track of the core assigned task.
It naturally feels like a massive downgrade.
Exactly. That means your local setup desperately needs better daily hygiene. First and foremost, you must consciously keep the context small.
Context window is how much data the model remembers at once.
Right. Cloud models often give you a massive forgiving context window. They have giant server farms processing all that data. Local models actively force your own computer's RAM to pay for it.
So if you overload it, your machine simply freezes up.
Exactly. Do not throw everything into one massive, endless chat session. Keep every single local session tightly focused and incredibly clean.
Okay.
Give the model only the exact text files it actively needs. A clean, targeted two-page brief usually works beautifully.
Do not dump your entire sprawling project folder into the prompt.
Never. It will immediately lose the plot.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when I dump too much text in. It's so tempting to just copy-paste everything.
It is a very common struggle. You simply have to learn to be concise. The second major professional tip is giving your local model tools.
Tools?
Yeah, a small local model with tools easily beats a massive model with nothing.
How do tools change the dynamic exactly?
Well, a local model becomes genuinely useful when it can independently search the live web, or when it can properly read your local hard drive files, or when it can autonomously run custom Python code right on your machine.
The model is the engine, but the tools are the wheels.
Exactly. You can have a massive V8 engine running loudly on your desk. You will quickly build a strong, reliable internal instinct. You will clearly see exactly where local AI is perfectly good enough.
And you will learn what actually requires the expensive cloud.
Precisely. You do not need local models to do absolutely everything perfectly. You just need them to handle the bulk of the standard daily friction.
What happens if the local model forgets it even has these external tools?
You literally have to remind it clearly before giving the specific task. You have to actively say, use your web search tool to find this.
So treat it like an intern who needs clear reminders.
Exactly.
We know how to optimize these personal daily workflows now. But how does this entire concept scale up to larger systems? What happens when entire global industries realize they cannot rely on fragile cloud architecture?
This brings us to the most fascinating part of the guide, the business of AI sovereignty. Most people think strictly about saving subscription money here.
Just cutting basic operational overhead costs.
Right. But the ultimate goal isn't just saving operational money. It is actually serving massive lucrative markets that cloud AI simply cannot legally touch.
Oh, wow.
Think deeply about robust, privacy-first enterprise tools.
Like we mentioned earlier with legal discovery documents.
Exactly. Healthcare, legal, and finance sectors operate under incredibly strict data rules. A hospital cannot send unencrypted patient data to random cloud servers. It is a massive HIPAA violation.
That creates a huge vacuum for powerful on-device AI products.
Yes. The specialized model runs securely right on the enterprise customer's own local machine. The strongest selling pitch in the entire world right now is incredibly simple.
Your sensitive corporate data never leaves your personal device.
Right. That is a perfect pitch for professional medical meeting note takers, or for highly private corporate financial research assistants. You build a specialized local tool, and they buy it for the privacy guarantee alone.
And offline AI is another massive unexpected opportunity area.
It is genuinely huge. Millions of essential workers operate in extremely challenging remote locations. Their internet access is weak, heavily blocked, or completely non-existent.
Let's dive into a real-world scenario for this.
Sure. Picture a massive commercial cargo ship right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Suddenly, a complex critical engine manifold entirely fails.
And a massive storm knocks out their satellite internet connection.
Exactly. They are completely isolated out there. Cloud AI simply cannot help them in that highly critical moment. But an offline local AI model absolutely can.
Wow.
An engineering model preloaded with every technical schematic can run perfectly offline. It can read the confusing error codes and diagnose the mechanical issue instantly.
That is literally a lifesaver.
It truly is. Think about rural medical clinics in developing nations.
Wow.
Think about active disaster zones where cell towers are completely destroyed. Think about highly sensitive military defense teams in the field.
Yeah.
They critically need advanced intelligence, but they cannot rely on an active internet connection.
The offline capability is a profound competitive advantage.
And perhaps the most timely business idea right now involves AI backup systems. After the sudden Fable 5 shutdown situation, major enterprise companies are asking very tough questions.
They realize their entire automated workflow is suddenly at risk.
Right. They are actively asking, what happens if our main API provider suddenly disappears forever? Or what if the primary provider gets too expensive next quarter?
They definitely need an insurance policy.
Exactly. A local model becomes the essential enterprise fallback layer. It is a localized safety net that automatically takes over for them. It keeps the most important critical workflows running smoothly when the cloud completely vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
You are selling pure continuity to these highly exposed, extremely anxious businesses.
This really flips the entire narrative script completely. We aren't just selling the magical novelty of AI anymore. We're selling vital corporate continuity and strict operational control. So what is the most immediate opportunity for a startup right now?
Building an enterprise fallback layer for when cloud AI inevitably goes down.
Right, selling disaster recovery for an AI-dependent world.
Exactly.
Let's synthesize this entire conceptual journey we've taken today.
The Fable 5 incident proved a very hard, undeniable truth. Rented AI access is incredibly fragile and highly unpredictable.
It is a complete illusion of control.
Completely. Now, the practical solution isn't to just abandon the cloud entirely. That would definitely be an overreaction. You should absolutely still use the frontier cloud for the hardest, most complex reasoning work.
Let the giant server farms do the heavy lifting when truly needed.
Right. But you must use local AI for true privacy, reliable backup, and baseline daily tasks. It fundamentally gives you absolute, undeniable control over your own digital life. You own the engine. You own the workflow entirely.
That is a very powerful place to operate from.
Yeah.
Here is your actionable call to action for today. Download LM Studio or Ollama to your personal computer right now. Install a capable, lightweight model exactly like Qwen 3. Try doing just one single real daily task completely locally today. Summarize a simple email, or rewrite a messy document.
Yeah, just see how it actually feels to truly own the intelligence process.
If our daily access to outsourced intelligence can vanish in the blink of an eye, beat. Maybe true digital literacy in the 21st century means owning your own mind, beat. Locally. Think about it. Build your reliable generator before the digital grid goes completely down.